Weight baits that I am painting up today. Got a couple of them already done up on the bottoms. Two colors for the base, which will be the fluorescent yellow, no opaque green. Got the old light water going on out today. Got some of the old wood weight baits. Splat some paint. Scoot you guys forward here. Helps if I hold it right. Yellow on the bottom. Typically in nature, things will be lighter color on the bottom and a darker color on the top. Got a whole bunch of baits that I'm doing today, so you guys can see that. Let's keep going with this. This is my first live, by the way. Probably nobody on here watching, but that's alright. We'll just do the thing and have some fun with it. My buddy Tim hooked me up with this extra phone so I could do this because my phone does not like to film for some weird reason. Go down the line here on all these, get some base colors on these. I went to a different way of doing the white actual base coat instead of using the airbrush. So I've been using spray paint, actual Rust-Oleum for the base coats. It actually seems to work a lot better for the base coats. Squirt that all over the place. That's how we do it. Make a mess over here. Not making a mess, you're not making progress. Usually I wear gloves, I ain't got none, so I'm gonna have some painted up hands today. Oops, and there I go, messing up. Good job. Don't touch paint jobs, go mess them up. Learn from the dummies like me. Typically build these baits in batches of 6. Makes it easy for me if I do it that way. As I bring them down the line, I can do certain stuff I need to these baits to finish them. Got one more to do here, and then we'll move to the next color. Oops, big splat. Don't do that. That's not how you do that. It's been a minute since I've used the airbrush. Became a grandpa almost 2 years ago, and I've been playing grandpa duty a lot, so that's what I've been doing in my spare time is grandpaing. Last one of these. Not gonna lie, when I started out painting, there's a bunch of people that I used to watch, which is like Colorado Custom Lures and Jen Kervasi, works with bull shad baits, and they both gave me tons of tips when I was first starting out. Don't be afraid to ask people for stuff, for ideas, for tips, for all that kind of stuff. I have this one bait here that I got to get to before I clean that out. Now, this was a mess up. The tail on the 3-piece had a big chip out of it, so I just rounded it a little bit more, and then I made it into a 1-piece. This thing swims crazy. Let's get that thing going. I'm always building. Oh, I need to go. I don't know why I just did that. That was a big mess up. I gotta go. Oh man, I gotta put the base coat on this thing first. Let's clean that off. Yeah, good job. Good job. I was thinking I got excited. Got excited. All right, clean this guy out. Throw some green up in here and get to the next color. You don't have to clean your airbrush out too good when you're doing colors like this that are very similar. If you're going from like a white or a light color to a dark color, then you'd really want to clean your airbrush out. But in this instance, you don't got to worry about it too much. When you're doing your blends like this is when you want to be a little bit lighter on your finger. I started out painting out here on a TV tray with an old airbrush that I got given to me, and it was for doing fingernails. That's what I used to use. I got it done, man. I got it done, but now I got the Iwata. This thing's way better. Those are the base coats. And then the end result. Oh, where did they go? This is the end result. This is the start. This is the end. So we'll be throwing all these colors up on here. Show you how we do that. By the time I get down the line with these baits, those ones will be dry enough to go to the next step by the time I get all the way down to here. Don't have to heat set. You can heat set. It's not like a necessity. I'm running on limited power out here, so I don't use the hair dryer anymore. But you can. One by one, hand done. These are all wood baits. They're hand marked, hand cut, hand sanded, remarked, resanded, remarked, resanded, recut. There's so many steps to these baits, man. I was trying to write down every step last night, and there was like over 25 steps to these baits, but that's all right. That's how you do it. Grew up working with wood with my dad, building houses and stairs, redwood decks. Got into painting as a kid, and then got into fishing later on in life. I hated fishing as a kid, which is funny. And now here we are making baits. Grandpa used to work with wood. My uncle works with wood. Dad worked with wood. One of those things. Just keep doing what you learn when you're young. You can make money at it. So the whole thing about selling these baits, I just paid it for the Squarespace sales page again. I've been holding on to the domain name. I just haven't had anything on there in the last year and a half. And yeah. Gonna get the page going again, hopefully. So I can start stocking some baits on here and have baits on there all the time. And then I want to link the Squarespace to my YouTube here, because the YouTube sales page isn't the greatest. They give you a free print shop that you can use, and the payout really sucks, to be honest, and the quality of the stuff sucks also. You know, if you go a little heavy-handed on some of these, it doesn't matter, because nothing in nature is exactly the same. So you're going to have some fish that are brighter than others, darker than others. Try to get them as close as I can. May have one little squirt here and there more than another one, but once I throw the other colors on, you won't see none of that stuff. So that's the last one of those. Here is another bait in that same color scheme. This was the very first color scheme. I came for a bluegill a long time ago. The match of this exact bait, I caught my PB on at 813 out of the pond. I was swimming the twin of this bait, built two of them at the same time, and I was fishing for like 6-7 hours with no bites. And at the end of the day, I started burning it, and bam, caught an 8.5 on it. Basic colors. It's not all like, I don't have to do the crazy scales on it like I do on some of my baits. It's just contrast. Bass want to see contrast. They want to see the blues, the orange, greens, just purple. Just a little contrast, you know. And that thing's going by them at 1,000,000 miles an hour. They can't, you know, that's enough right there to look like scales. It ain't got to be all super detailed. Now, those other baits that are like glides and stuff like that, you want a little bit better detail. But these baits right here, we were catching them on lipless crankbaits. And I wanted to start making something I could catch them on. Those baits catch. I got batches of those coming too. And of course, these guys catch. Now, the ones that I'm doing right here, I have a bunch of different types and styles of tails I'm doing on them. Call this guy the dinner bell. It's got the metal tail on it. So some of these ones that I'm painting right now will have that style of tail on it. Super loud, super duper loud. Okay, next color here. Real quick. Like I said, I ran out of gloves, so I'm going to be looking like freaking the Hulk today. That's all right. I'm usually a lot cleaner than this when I paint, but I'm just I'm live right now, so I'm just kind of being dirty with it. All right, next color is going to be got pearlized white, some blue, some purple, some orange, a little black. The magic color, sepia. If you're a painter and you're looking for that blend color, sepia. The stuff, it's like a brownish, greenish, purplish, I don't even know, man, but that's that blend color. That's what you see. Oops, that's what you see on those lines, and then that little bit of the scalish looking stuff, sepia. Best blending color out there, I think. Let's get the other way. These out. All right, what's the next color here? We're going to throw a little tiny bit of pearlized white. Double check and make sure this is super clean. Look at this, super clean. Throw some white up in here. Ooh, we are getting low on the pearlized white. One of my main color leaves. Come back on these guys, on the bottoms, just a little bit. Just enough to blend it down a little. Feel like Bob Ross. I'm painting some happy little baits here. I'm gonna catch some happy fish and make some happy fish from you. Who knows? The hardest parts about this is keeping the airbrush clean and not touching the baits with your fingers or hands. Even if you have gloves on, it's still not touching the baits together as you're hanging them back up and not touching them with your hands. I've gotten pretty far on some paint jobs and stuck my hand right in the paint job and ruined them. We gotta start over. It's fun. It's real fun. That's how you learn. The more mistakes you make, the more you learn. Almost Christmas, almost New Year. Spring will be here soon. We'll be out catching some spawning bass before you know it. Some pre-spawns, some spawners. Hopefully one of these baits will be smacking some fish for somebody. Last one of those. The pearlized white. And stack all the colors over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only 8 colors in this bait. Oh, 9. There's a little tiny bit of white. Just a little bit of white. With my details, sometimes I'll just use a paintbrush, and I will use just regular acrylic paints. That way I'm not using the airbrush stuff, because like this stuff, if you try to use it with a paintbrush, it's so thin that it doesn't really work well. So if you're going to go back in detail with the paintbrush and do little bits of detail work or dots or the thin work, or like on mine, I do these little lines with the white and the red, come back in with a paintbrush and use actual acrylics, and it'll pop a lot more. All right, next color. What are we doing here? Go with, okay, next color is going to be purple. No, I didn't see you on there, Tim. What's up, brother? Love you guys. So this next color, pearlized purple. I'm gonna take one of these little guys, put some material in between there. These guys need to dry a little bit, I think, before I go to this next step. It's a little bit cold out here because it's been raining, so I might have to wait a second before I go to the next step here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait. I wanted to keep going through these paint jobs, but I don't think I'm gonna have to pause here and let these dry up, unfortunately. Still a little bit wet. Well, I'm good enough. I can do it. See, I wanted to lift the paint just a little bit on the back there because it's still wet. I could heat set these. And that's why I gotta let them dry. Damn it. I was hoping I could get through this whole live painting the whole thing here, but maybe not. Any of those little scuffs or things like that, that'll all go away. Just a little bit wet, man. If it was summertime, these things would already be dry. It's the difference painting in the wintertime and summertime. As long as I sit it square on there and I don't move it. It's not much. These are definitely going to have to dry after this step, though. After this step, I come back and I wrap the baits with material. But I think what I'm going to do instead of fully wrapping them is just put that material in here and just hit the sides and not the top. You don't really see the tops. I mean, you do, but you don't. A lot of times I come back and I will black out the top anyway, so I might just hit the side with that material stuff to get that effect on the side. Just got to let them really dry, so this will probably be the last color on here. Appreciate you guys watching. It's about to rain here in Sacramento. As a kid, we used to get some crazy floods out here in Sacramento, and we haven't in the last like 15 years, 20 years. I was saying it's about time, man. It's about time for the floods to come. So this material will get a little bit gooped up. So what you do is just come through and pat it down, make sure it's good to go. On to the next. I should get to look at somebody's looking over here. Oh, hey, give me $10. What are you doing that for? Appreciate you, brother. Bam, 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 bam. Trying to go fast so I'm not boring you guys, but I don't want to mess these things up also. Got 5 more pieces to do. And typically when they're dry, I'll just set them on the ground. Ooh, that one was really wet. I think I went heavy on that guy. I'm going to wait for that guy to dry a little better. Now, if and when in the future I get a better bait room and I got better power and everything, definitely have the heat gun to heat set these. Anyways, these guys are a little bit wet. I think I'm going to have to call it right now. And anyways, got the first colors on them. I'll probably come back out here in a little while and go live again once they're dry. I may take these in the house, put the heater on them, and yay. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, Herb Bass Layers. It's winter, shitty time of the year to go fishing, but there are guys out there catching big ones. You know how it is. Herb Bass Layers. Got all kinds of baits out here that I've been working on. I got bigger ones. Very similar paint job. A bit more dulled down colors though. Fish catchers, man. Wood baits, man. Everybody is going to the resin stuff. I don't know what I'm doing with the resin. So if I ever do start doing resin, I got all kinds of stuff that I have carved that, you know, if I ever am going to start molding some baits, I want to have some really cool looking stuff. So what I did was, like with these blocks of wood, is I got down something that swims good, like this. This is the same thing as all of those other baits. It just doesn't have the tail. And I rounded it off a little bit more. The reason why I don't round these ones off so much is because it takes so long. And I want I've always wanted a big flat surface to paint on. I don't know why. That's just how I built my baits. In the future, like I was saying, if I do go to resin stuff and you got like scales on the side of them, I have painted some blanks that are like the Chinese knockoff blanks with scaling on them, and damn, do those come out looking really good because you got the scales, the raised scales and all that stuff. So if I do that, these paint jobs will look a lot better on those style of baits. But it's, you know, big flat-sided bait, moves a lot of water. Fish don't care what the bait looks like. If it pisses them off, they're going to eat it. Anyways, Herb Bass Layers, love you guys. Thanks for watching. We're back on here in a little bit to finish these baits up. Just a couple things I've been working on. Got boxes and boxes of blanks down there, already marked out. Got stuff sitting all over the place. Baits going everywhere, all kinds of baits. Got some really big ones too. Okay. Oops. This is a small trout, you know. Pissed the fish off. Whole bunch of testers with different weights, different styles of tails, all kinds of stuff like that, just to see what's what. And we'll keep on going with them, and you know, these are all the same baits, by the way. It's all like 3 or 4 different patterns that I've used, and it's all the same thing for the skinny baits, the big fat baits, the long baits. It's all the same patterns. Anyways, we're at 33. Thanks for watching.